And it is now the next day working on the diff. The beginning of the video when I was grinding, I actually melted my GoPro, so you had to go get it replaced with the warranty. Thank God I got the warranty. So I'm not going to do any like time-lapse of grinding and cutting because I'm not going to risk having to go replace my melted screen. But we got it narrowed. We're getting ready to get it going on the cutting part. And so basically, I'll show you what the measurements were. From here, from this bevel right here, to here, there's our line, right? It's like 17 3/4 or 3/8, something like that. And we got to get the same thing over here. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get that. So we have to take out this much basically. Hold up, my screen went to lock mode. But so we're gonna have to cut off that, and here's the difference on this one. It's like 20 and almost a half. So what I did was I marked both of them with a Sharpie. And I marked, you know, here's the 20 technically. So here would be the other cut. That's the easier way to do it. So what I'm doing now is I went from here to that first line, which was the 11, marked it. I'm gonna remark everything, and then mark the 13 here, which would have been the chunk that I'm taking out. So if I did the math, not the math, but if I moved it here to here to 11, and I moved this 11 dot to the cut line right here for the inches, it would technically go, put it right here, it would go right to where it needed to be on the inch, the distance needed. So it's hard to do with one hand right now, but basically we're trying to match this side with this side and cutting out a section. So we're taking our sweet darnest timest to do that. Whenever it's going into, you need to make sure that you aren't putting the weld where the U-bolt will be. So I need to get under the car and double check everything before I start doing that, and then go from there. But I'm gonna have the wife out here to help me do it all, so I will end the video here. That's basically the gist of everything. I'm gonna end the video here, get it cut, check the car's measurement for the leaf spring, and then come back when it's cut and show you all the next step on getting it ready, finally matched. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm tired, I'm not awake, but we're getting there. So I'll see y'all in a bit. All right, now we got it cut. It's time to mount it with some angle iron, which is this stuff right here. Basically just gonna put it on here and put it on the bottom, and we're gonna measure it all up, make sure it's perfect. 17 3/4. This right here, if you could tell, I marked an indentation on both sides before I did my cut. And that, let me hold it. That is so we can line it up like so. And we can make sure that this offset is the same. It's true, like it should be, like the mounting and everything. We just gotta knock off some of these burrs real quick. And I went ahead and cut less than what I was supposed to. We did the marking, put the tape around it. I had to sneeze. We'll clean up these burrs and everything real quick, and then mount the 4-way onto here. The angle iron, angler, and yeah, we'll grind and grind and grind until we get it perfect. It doesn't matter if it takes 1,000 times or 100 times, it's gonna get narrowed, and I'm excited. But you can take off more than you can put on, so. And I mean, this sucker's pretty thick, like some pretty thick stuff. So we're gonna weld it down. Heather's gonna keep pulling grass out of the garage or the porch.
You should see the amount of ants that are over here.
There's some poison in the back door, by the back door. But yeah, we're gonna cut it down here. I'm gonna get it mounted real quick. We'll get to work. Okay, I can't go any further right now because I need to go get some C-channel. instead of the right angle or whatever it is, because when I put the clamp on, it's wanting to do like a bow on my clamps. So I'm gonna get some C-channel, but we got it on there and I measured it out with it like pressure to it. And we need to grind about like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and we'll be at the perfect line, which is awesome because that means it gives us time to bevel this out and everything. But it looks from the inside, I don't see any like massive gaps, which is awesome, which means I cut it good. And we just line that up right there and clamp her down, and she's done. She's narrowed. Well, we gotta weld her. I'm not welding her. I'll find somebody who can weld it. But that's pretty much it on the narrowing. It's not really that hard. I'm not welding the perches on yet because I want to pull this rear end out. Oh yeah, my parts are coming in like 3 days. Pull this rear end out, and then I want to put the angle gauge. I'm gonna go by 2 angle gauges. Take the cover off, put it right here on the flat side, get this to 90 degrees. Once I get that to 90 degrees, I'll put the other one on the leaf spring perch, and that'll tell me the degree I need to have the new ones on this one. So I don't have to do any guesswork. I don't want it pivot. I want it to be exact amount, perfectly as it is. And then it's just narrowing from there. That's really it. Kind of a walk in the park now, but we're gonna end it here. I'll cut the video to where we get to the C-clamps and continue the narrowing. Put it all in one video. There's no point in putting a part series. It's really not that hard if you take your time. Though I think the hardest thing I did was grinding it for 3.5 hours and melting a GoPro. But yeah, that's it, guys. Wait for the next video for the next day. Alrighty. The wifey's leaving me, guys. Alright. So we're on the next part of the diff. I moved it over here. My parts will be in today or tomorrow. Hopefully, it's afternoon now, so hopefully tomorrow. I don't know what she's doing, but okay. Okay, yeah. She didn't need anything. So yeah, I moved everything over here because I'm trying to get we got so many projects going on right now, it's a headache. But this bad boy is gonna be running soon, and then once we get the rear diff done, it's gonna be Holley EFI'd and cammed, and probably nitrous. I think we're gonna throw a bottle on it. See what this little 5.3 can do. But so we got a mess of grinding over here, just absolutely disgusting. Like it's all metal. So we got it all cut right here. We got it cut pretty dang good with a cutting wheel too. I'm impressed with myself. And I had it C-clamped over here a minute ago, but from here, with it like, you know, where it's supposed to be, I'm at 1/16 of an inch off. So I'm gonna have to take my sweet old time some more to get that perfect 17 and what? An 8? 17th or whatever. I'm a hairline there, so from here, measured to the end of it, right there. That big old line. I cut my tape measure because I have like 8 of them, and this one was giving me issues. But where I actually marked the tiny dot, that's where I'm at right now from the solid line. So I need to shave off that much more. Then we're gonna put a nice little smooth angle edge on it. So tomorrow when my father-in-law comes and helps me weld it, we can put a nice little bead in there, structurally sound it, and then she's narrowed. And then for now, we'll wait on it. I can't test fit because I can't turn the car around, because I can't turn the wheel around because I have no strut right now. So once the strut's done, then we can flip the car around, put it in the air, go from there. I got my gasket. I got the yoke for the drive shaft, for this drive shaft to go to the 488 little thingy. What else? So far, I haven't had the parts for the AMC side besides the universal spicer joint, when I get the rear diff, this will all probably be one video putting it together. I'll put the links for all the shackles I use, what U-bolts I use for the AMC 20, because there's zero, there's no information on what parts or what. I've just seen people with an AMC Spirit and they send me a photo of their diff, narrowed and put in there. And no new bolt sizes, no mounting brackets, nothing. So we'll go from that and get it all together. But so off camera, I'm gonna grind that down. Don't want to use the camera because I'm not going to risk melting this one and going back to Best Buy and describing why I melted it or how. But we'll take a 1/16 of it off, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll put a bevel on it. We're good. Then we'll take it over to the house or to the shop and tack weld and such, and pretty her up. Probably clean the garage up too on it. But I'm gonna end the video here for the night. Because I'm literally just going to narrow it. And actually, I'll show a length of everything. This probably end up being a 2-part video anyways. So we'll get it narrowed. I'll show you the measurements after I'm done. And then we'll end it there and do a part 2. But yeah, big ol' update for the green car. I'm pretty excited. I'm extremely excited. But in the video here, no more talking. Time to start grinding. Yeah, exciting. Better pause that so I don't get copyrighted. Alright, so after a good maybe hour of grinding, taking my time, taking it off and on, from here to here, we are where we need to be. And double check. I'm gonna put it over here, here, Yipamundo. And I just noticed that. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this big old dick. This is meant for me turning it. And we'll check on this side. And we'll just make sure that we're good. And yeah. Oh, if I can get a steady hand on it. Yep, we're good. She narrowed. She narrowed. I'm excited. Put that on the ground for now. Take your time. I don't care if you have to take this off a C-channel, a C-clamp, a 3-inch C-clamp. Make sure you get 3-inch C-clamps. But I think I took it off probably 10, 15 times. And I would just use my flapper wheel and do like 1 full rotation, 2 full rotation. Like I was turning it while holding it. So I had an even cut. But when you're doing it, I did notice where this side right here was a little bit bigger gap than this side was at first. So what I did was I marked this side, meaning it was the taller side, and I kind of knocked this side down some more to even it all out, because the other side was a little bit shallower. Now I got it perfect where it needs to be all the way around. And yeah, that's the way to do it without if you don't have a jig for keeping it straight. Take your time, some C-channel. And this is my father-in-law, so let me borrow, which is awesome. Oh, I did it again. Stuck on that little brake bracket, which is awesome because I can grab it and just kind of teeter-totter it while I was working on it. But we got it done. We got her cleaned, or not cleaned. We got her narrowed. And now all I have to do is put a bevel here. So instead of it being a weld that he's gonna weld the top of it. It's not a very thick weld, so I need like basically, instead of a flat piece and we're welding on the top part, it's gonna have a bevel. So it's gonna bevel in like this, and he's gonna fill it in with weld, so it's a bigger, solider chunk. I mean, it's a thick boy anyways, but we're gonna put basically just, instead of having a sharp corner, I think it's called beveling. You want to bevel that sharp corner down a couple of degrees. So when you pull that weld in there, it lays in there and kind of fills the gap. Makes for a stronger pickup. Not pickup, but a stronger, whatchamacallit. But yeah, a bucket, 2 jack stands, Harbor Freight. Only way to do it. And yeah, she's done. I'm happy. I'm so pumped. So tomorrow in the morning, we're gonna go weld it, And I'll end the video here, and then the next time we meet, you will see the welded product. I don't want to record at their shop where, you know, you can see all the stuff they have and stuff, or where it's at. I don't know. It's not my shop, I'm not comfortable doing that, but we're gonna take it there, get it welded, and then probably, I can't paint it yet because I have to get the shackles figured out where I need to weld before I even paint. So we'll probably get it all back together, cleaned up, definitely cleaned up. A lot of cleaning is gonna be done. But guys, I'm excited. I'm so pumped. I was nervous coming into this. I mean, you're cutting that much out of a diff. I was super nervous about doing this, but took my time, did as much research as possible. It's really not that bad. You just gotta make sure your lines are good. Take your sweet ass time marking it for the cuts. You have a chop saw, whatever you use. And then yeah, you just take your time grinding the leftovers, because obviously I had a little bit of an angle on that one tip. So measuring it, took my time measuring. I measured every single side with the clamps in different areas to make sure it's 17/8 all the way around. And it is, so we know now, taking my time, I didn't cut too much out because you don't want a bridge. You just want the weld in, because then you have a big old gap, and that's not very safe. You want the integrity of the thing just kind of patched up. But for now, it's good. It needs to be cleaned for sure. And I'm not doing the silicone. I got a metal / rubber gasket. It's pretty thick on there. It'd be cool. Yeah, guys. Amanda here. You'll have a good weekend. Fall's coming. More projects are coming. And it's just going to be a good year. Let's make 2020, the end of 2020, a good year instead of, you know, COVID and all that other crap. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Bye.